And welcome back to another video. We've been hearing a lot about, in the news, shadow fleet ships of a certain country, Russia, which are the so-called oil tankers, which are the sanction dodgers. And also there's been a few reports in the Mediterranean Sea, or so-called mysterious damages which they were victim to. And last not least, a Russian oil tanker, the Sea Jewel, in Savona, which is an Italian port, in Liguria, they discovered there were explosives aboard, in sense of someone tried to attempt to blow up this oil tanker, and obviously there's reason to believe there are the Kiev regime behind it. Really, it's an absurdity. Western governments sustain this type of fascist dictatorship in Ukraine in the name of Project Ukraine. The biggest economies in Europe are risking having their economies going tits up. I destroyed Mainstream 1, 2, and the Ukrainians said that pipeline which just passes through their country, closed it. And they even destroyed a so-called pumping station in Kurdistan, which is an asset of American and other Western fuel companies. It's ridiculous. You support a country which destroys your Western assets as fuel to satisfy Zelensky. You got to be kidding. And I don't think people are happy to pay high gas and electricity bills in the name of Ukraine for this fucking war and the fucking sanctions. Did it stop the Russian war machine? No. They're a lot more clever than we are. They manage to get around it. You can slam all the packet of sanctions you like 15, 16 times. It won't do a fuck. And obviously, global trade is a lot more important than a loser like Zelensky, for starters. Throw this cunt underneath the bus straight away. And we got the von der Leyen saying, I shall resign when Ukraine becomes a member of the NATO. Never shall be a member of the NATO, nor even the EC. And even said to Zelensky as well, same thing. When it becomes NATO or European Union, I'll resign. And he's saying, Ukrainians, 57% of them have faith in him and still. You should say it's 4%. What about those mothers in Kiev and other Ukrainian cities protesting, saying we want our sons and husbands back alive, not in fucking coffins? Today it's them, tomorrow it could be us. 3 tosspot countries are intention to send troops into Ukraine, and so-called peacekeepers. There's one thing certain, what will happen. Like the news, Ukrainians as cannon fodder against the Russians, even NATO troops as well. It's NATO countries in their military where they're dwindling recruits, a lack of battle hard knowledge, which the Russians have, NATO haven't, How are you going to face a nuclear power, number 2 in the world? They can send just a few nukes, a few missiles, APMs on the vectors of hypersonics, and your society will go 300 years back in time, because you won't have nothing electronic or electrical what will work if that occurs.